Hello everyone, this is A321 with yet again another Spirit A321 review. This time the GeminiJets, and this is another beautiful, beautiful model. I highly recommend this model. I will be doing a model review of it and a few comparisons between this and the NG one, and which ones I think NG did better on, which parts that GeminiJets did better on, and a full conclusion on which model I would get. This is another very, very nice model I would highly recommend. And let's get things started. Alrighty, so here's the box of the plane, and here's the computer-generated image of the model, Airbus A321 titles, and this Spirit logo. Now, thing to say compared to the NG release, this box is very, very boring, and even compared to previous GeminiJets releases, which I'll show you right over here, their previous Spirit releases, the box is again very, very boring. I prefer this box rather than this box, but it's not too big of a deal for me. So again, here's the box itself, and if you'd like to read it, you can, sorry about that angle, you can pause it. And here's just the box in general. Alrighty, so here's the plane itself, and one big difference compared to the NG release is that there's this Wi-Fi dome. Now for those who did not know, Spirit is adding Wi-Fi on all of their planes, and they will charge for it, but they are adding Wi-Fi. I didn't know that, and that Wi-Fi dome is actually realistic, and I actually like it quite a lot. The NG release of this plane does not have a Wi-Fi dome, and that plane today doesn't have a Wi-Fi dome on it either, but eventually it will have one, and that just makes this model one of the benefits to the GeminiJets version that has that Wi-Fi dome. Starting with the plane, however, here is the L1 boarding door in the Airbus A321 title. Again, great detail over here. And again, your Spirit title in the zebra sketchline print helmet of the Bearfair titles. The Spirit.com winglet. Again, 2 antennas and that big Wi-Fi dome, which I like a lot. Registration N672NK. Sorry about the bad lighting. And the tail. Now, the tail of the NG releases was a bit more realistic. I'll be showing that up in the next clip. And then the GeminiJets, but this tail is still pretty nice. So here are the tails of the two planes, and the one on your right is the NG models, the one on the left is the GeminiJets. Both of the tail winglets are metal, which is good, but the tail itself, the Spirit of the NG, has a bit more detail to it, and the Spirit title itself is more sketched out than the GeminiJets version. That's just one thing that I did notice. However, both of these have great detail on them. I really can't tell much of a difference between the two. One is, I think they're both the same height. No, they're not actually. One of them is slightly higher, the GeminiJets is slightly higher than the NG one, but both these models are still very, very nice. Here's the right side of the plane, and here's your Spirit title. On the tail, registration again, N672NK. And as we move along, the Spirit.com sharklet, which looks great, and the Wi-Fi dome. Again, here's the Spirit title, and you can really see the cargo bay doors over here, cargo door over here, and your R1 boarding door. Home of the Bearfair, the engines are very, very detailed as well, and I think GeminiJets did a very, very good version of this model. I'm looking at it, and it's quite similar to the NG releases, and one thing, however, that does not have is that the wheels are like tight as glue over here, and they don't even move at all. That's one slight perk about this model. I wish that the wheels were rolling, but overall it's pretty nice. In the next clip I'm going to be showing are the engines compared to the NG release, and both of them are actually fairly similar. Here's a clip of the GeminiJets engines, and they are very, very detailed. Huge applause to GeminiJets over here for these very, very detailed engines. Even the top portion of it has some detail to it. And the NG release, it has a lot of detail too, but I actually prefer the GeminiJets engine. I think that the GeminiJets engine has a bit more detail to it compared to the NG models one. Both of them are still very, very nice. One thing to also note is that the NG the engine is kind of touching the ground over here, while the GeminiJets is a bit higher up than the ground. So I kind of like the GeminiJets version of the engine. So here are the GeminiJets wings of the Spirit A321, and there are a lot of wing flaps I like a lot. Yeah, of course, you got the Howdy on both sides, the inner flaps and sharklets I like, and there just seems to be a lot more detail over here compared to the NG. Actually, there looks to be a lot of detail over here. Here are the black lines over here, and it looks to be a bit more prevalent on the GeminiJets over here, and you also got this yellow circle over here, but you do have that over there. So both the wings, they both did a very, very good job with them. They're quite different, but quite similar, actually. If I had to pick one, I probably would pick the GeminiJets just because this looks very, very nice. There's a lot of these black lines you can really see over here, and I like that a lot, and I like both, but if I had to pick one, I would pick the GeminiJets. So here are the two bellies of the planes and the NG models. I apologize if you already saw the NG models review of the belly, but this belly looks to be a lot more detailed than the GeminiJets over here. There is some detail in the GeminiJets, such as the cargo doors, but they have their badge over here, and I don't really like that a lot. And there just seems to be a lot more detail on the NG over here compared to the GeminiJets. There's obviously a lot more wing flaps on the NG. Again, both did a very, very good job, but if I had to pick one over here, I would say that the NG is a bit more detailed on the belly of the plane. But the GeminiJets has another very good approach to it, and I like this one too. So here are the tail stabilizers for the GeminiJets to the upper portion, the NG models to the bottom of the portion. Again, sorry for the bad lighting and it being on handheld the camera. But over here you can see, just a little thing that I noticed is that there's two red lines over here, and it looks like one red line. Maybe there's two, but it looks like there's one over here. And a little bit more detail over here for the GeminiJets. The NG, again, there's a lot of detail in this one as well. That's just the tail stabilizers. They look a bit different, and I can't really pick which one. I think the GeminiJets I like with the two red lines, but the NG I like with all the detail over here. So both of the companies did a very, very good job with the tail stabilizers. So over here is the back of the plane, and GeminiJets, this is their version over here. NG models, if I can get that to focus, is over here. And there are some details that the GeminiJets has over here, such as to the left of the American flag over here there's some detail over here the NG models doesn't have. But both of them still have a very, very good approach to this model. If I had to pick one over here based on this, I would say the GeminiJets is better. But I still think both look very, very good. Again, here's the NG models, and they have two antennas again over here, but no Wi-Fi dome. But I still think that the NG models is a very good release of the Spirit, and so is the GeminiJets over here. So the last thing I have to compare these models on is the coloring, and here's the NG models color over here, and I think that's more of a true Spirit yellow over here. I think this is a bit too bright over here for the GeminiJets. I can't really tell on camera because they look very, very similar. Over here is a decent shot of it. I think that the NG release has a bit more detail of the coloring. I think that the color looks better. And the GeminiJets over here, and over here is the Aero Classics. And NG, like my previous video, I said that NG and Aero Classics did a very good job with the coloring, and the GeminiJets looks a bit too lunar, a bit too bright for me. So the coloring, I would have to say I would pick the NG. So over here are the three Spirit A321s, and I think each Aero Classics, NG, and GeminiJets did a very, very good job with all of their models. The Aero Classics being the first A321, and the NG and the Gemini the recent two. If I had to pick between the GeminiJets and the NG models, that's a very difficult decision because both have their huge pros and a little bit of cons. But if I had to pick one, I would say probably the GeminiJets. Slightly because I think that they really, really did a very good job with the model. And I like that it has the Wi-Fi dome on it. And the NG models one is another beautiful, beautiful model over here. I think it's very, very nice. but unfortunately, when this plane in real life does have that Wi-Fi dome, this will not be completely accurate, so I would pick the GeminiJets. But again, the NG has tons of detail to it, and I like both of them. It's a very difficult decision, but that's just if I had to pick myself personally. But again, these two models look fantastic. If you could pick up either the NG or the GeminiJets, I would highly recommend it. If you're looking to still find that Air Classics for that third variety, that is okay too. I would just focus on the NG or the GeminiJets first, because these are a bit easier to find. So that is it for today's model unboxing of the Spirit A321 compared to the NG model Spirit A321. I hope you guys enjoyed this model review and comparison. Please tell me what you think of the GeminiJets or the NG, and which one you prefer, and which one you have, if you have both, or just one of the NG or the GeminiJets. Please tell me what you think. And also, I have 3 other August releases of the GeminiJets, that being the Southwest Florida one, the United 777-300, and the Delta A220. Please tell me in the comments which model you would like to see reviewed next, and I will happily put the next model review up. News about the channel: again, my semester is starting up very soon, next week actually, so I'm counting the days left this summer right now, and I will try to upload as best as I can. But again, please tell me what model you would like to see next, rather it being the Delta, United, or Southwest. And tell me what your thoughts are for this Spirit A321. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.